In this video, I'll be talking about my journey as a YouTube creator, as a small YouTube creator, and how I achieved 1,000 subscribers, and I've been able to grow my channel up to this point. And it is very simple, I got interested in YouTube in 2020, but at the time I did not have enough information on how to get started. I didn't even know the kind of content I want to create. I saw this friend who had 2 million views, and I was like, crazy, 2 million views, I think I want to do YouTube. And since then I've been obsessed about it. I've been obsessed with it rather, but I didn't know how to start. You understand? So it lingered for a while until it got to a point where I decided, okay, I'll be creating this kind of content, but it was not really good, but I just started anyway. And after a while, I discovered that my channel wasn't growing. For instance, if you're a YouTube creator, a small YouTube creator, maybe below 500 subscribers, you need to understand that it's going to be very, 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 very difficult for you to grow at that point. So that's the challenge. So at that time I was having this challenge. At the time I didn't have 100 subscribers. I was below 100 subscribers, you understand? Not now that I have like 1,000. A month that I left that channel, one of the videos sprung up and started getting views, and I was like, okay, what's happening here? How is this video getting views? Because that time I had like maybe around 11 videos, just 11 videos on the channel, and one video was springing up and bringing subscribers, and that was what encouraged me to take it seriously. And then I started creating content back to back. In fact, I went on a 30-day posting streak. I was posting every single day for the next 30 days, and before you know, I got to like 100 subscribers, I got to 150, I got to 200, and then I went the session ended. I went back home, and then I had enough time to focus on the channel, creating content back to back. But now here is the significant thing I did that made me grow better. I decided to be more practical, and I decided to apply strategies that other creators have applied that worked for them. I decided to work on my thumbnail. I decided to make my thumbnail more attractive. I designed it myself. I decided to work on my title, to increase my click-through rate. I decided to work on my video description. Before, I wasn't writing descriptions to my video, I was just uploading. But right now I decided to work on the description, applying some SEO strategies in there. I decided to work on how convincing or how compelling my video is to increase video retention. You understand? Because the YouTube algorithm works in a very simple way. The more people you keep on the platform, the more they promote your video, the more YouTube gives you that views or that subscribers you want. So I tried as much as possible to create interesting content that people would be glued to, and most of this content were tutorials. I always put tutorials on how to do graphic design with your phone, on how to do some really, really cool stuff with your smartphone, and that was something people could stick by. And before you know it, my subscribers began to grow significantly, and within like 4 months I got to 1,000 subscribers, from like 200. And that happened because I did all these things. I'm telling you, I worked on my thumbnail, I worked on my title, I worked on my video description, I worked on I stopped using tags because I discovered that tags don't really work like that. And one thing I did not allow to stop me from growing on YouTube is the quality of my content. Now, I don't have this fancy camera or this fancy lighting or this fancy mic and all that, but that's like one of the major things that stops small creators from creating content. Just do it anyway. And sometimes when I get comments that, guy, your content is cool, your content is this, I'm a little bit surprised, because I feel like I've never started creating the quality of content that I want to create on YouTube. So basically that's how I went from like 0 to 1,000 subscribers in less than a year. Now, I was even thinking my growth is slow until I went on Twitter and I did a little survey, and I discovered that there are some people that haven't even hit 1,000 subscribers even after 1 year, and that's sick. That's like, is a little bit discouraging, but I think it's part of the process. So I was surprisingly faster than a lot of creators, like 60% of small creators. And yeah, I'm grateful for that, and I hope that okay, in the next 6 months I would have hit like 1,000, I would have hit like 10,000. And then, because one thing about growing on YouTube is it is easier for you to grow from 1,000 to 10,000 than for you to grow from 1 to 1,000. It is, it's something I've understood, and I learned from vidIQ.